Okay.
Feel the difference.
I've tried every hip and knee exoskeleton under the sun.
Wow!
But ankle ones? Never. Until CES 2026, where I stumbled upon Dephy's sidekick. How could I not try it? So, what does it look like? Unlike those hip and knee exoskeletons that come with a jungle of straps and belts, the Dephy sidekick is basically a sleek, white stick you can hold in one hand. Inside it houses the battery, motor, a calf strap, and of course, a connection for the shoes. Not just any shoes, these need to be sidekick compatible, because the carbon fiber footplate is built right into the shoe for proper force transfer. You don't want to lose your shoes mid-walk, trust me. I wish it could work with my regular kicks so I could catch the shoe outside like a Superman, but nope, these shoes are mandatory for the magic to happen. Anyway, wearing it is probably the easiest experience I've had with any exoskeleton. Set on the shoes, snap the power unit to the heel, it's magnetic, super satisfying.
Oh, that's easy.
Secure the Velcro strap on your calf.
And then Velcros at the back.
Oh, right.
And then you want to make sure that the height of this is about 2 fingers below your knee. And then you want to make sure that the sidekick is close to, but not touching your leg.
Oh, not touching. Okay.
Yep.
Good.
All right.
Power it on, and you feel a gentle hug around your shin. Take about 20 normal steps so it can lower your gait. And then, boom, the power kicks in.
Wow. Wow.
What do you think? Overall,
I'm like
first
an
thoughts?
Iron Man now. Let's get fire, you know. Jet engine, you know.
How does it feel? Unlike hip or knee exoskeletons that kind of pull you along, the sidekick pushes you here like a tiny jet engine. Imagine an e-bike. This feels like a rear motor pushing you forward, not a front motor pulling you. Way more natural, way more fun. Honestly, it's the most fun exoskeleton experience I've ever had. Visually, it's optimized for forward walking, not sprinting, but I've tried running faster than normal and still keep up. There are 3 modes: high, medium, and low. Battery life, around 5 miles, about 8 kilometers per charge on medium assist. The real-world numbers depend on your walking style. Because my time with the Dephy was relatively short, I didn't get the chance to test outdoors and rough terrain. It all seems like it may not be ideal for rainy conditions, though I don't know the official rating for rain or water resistance. So if I had to choose only one exoskeleton out of everything I've tried so far, this ankle exoskeleton would probably be my pick. For normal user like me, it's the most enjoyable experience. It truly feels effortless to wear, and I mean that literally. Because with most other exoskeletons, you always feel the extra weight on your body. This one is super easy to put on. The algorithm feels very well tuned, and the timing of the assistance is excellent. The power comes in right before I lift my heel, which genuinely helps reduce effort while walking. That said, as a product, I think there's still some challenges. First, market demand. Are there really that many people with ankle issues? Knee and hip problems are much more common, which is why knee and hip exoskeletons naturally get more attention. People immediately see the medical and rehabilitation value there. Ankle exoskeletons, like the sidekick, are more about reducing effort and improving walking endurance, rather than solving widespread chronic conditions. That's why at CES, knee and hip devices usually draw bigger crowds. For example, at the Dances booth, even on the last day of CES, people were still lining up to try the exoskeletons, while ankle devices tended to attract more niche interest. You could say ankle exos appeal more to outdoor users like hikers, but if you look at the technology adoption lifecycle, exoskeletons are still clearly in the early adopter stage. There's a long way to go before this becomes a mainstream product. And for the sidekick, one of the biggest barriers to going mainstream is the price. At around $4,500 for a pair, this is not cheap for general consumers. Price will play a huge role in how widely this kind of product can be adopted. This isn't like a phone or a car, which are essential in their life. An ankle exoskeleton is more of a nice to have than a must have. Not having it doesn't stop you from going outside, walking, or living your daily life. Looking ahead, maybe Dephy could explore hip or knee exoskeletons, or even the combined system. Those are much larger markets, honestly, possibly bigger than the car market. Aging is becoming a serious global issue, and almost every elderly person experiences some kind of a mobility problem. These are the people who truly need this technology. That would be very interesting to see. It's actually pretty amazing to think about how fast this space is moving. Just 4 or 5 years ago, most people didn't even know what a consumer exoskeleton was. If you look back at the old footage from early reviews, like my friend Nami Wu, those early exoskeletons looked huge, bulky, and very robotic. And honestly, most people were pretty skeptical about the whole idea. Then about 2 years ago, I tried my first exoskeleton from HappyShell. It was already much more compact, smoother, and genuinely fun to use. After that, Dances, which is now one of the most successful consumer exoskeleton brands, released what's considered the world's first mass-produced knee exoskeleton, the One. And now we have ankle exoskeletons like the one from Dephy. From what I know, there are even more combo systems, hip, knee, and ankle together, coming out this year. You can really feel that this market is accelerating. It's becoming more exciting, more refined, and slowly more accepted by mainstream users. I'm genuinely happy to see more companies entering the exoskeleton space, pushing the technology forward and building products that actually aim to improve real-world mobility. Thanks for watching. I'm Sammy and see you in the next one.
I'm Superman now. Iron Man. Wow, that's cool. That's really cool.